Hey, welcome back to the Bending Road. I have two questions for you today. One, who inspires you? And two, why? We're going to talk about that in a minute when we come back. We'll see you then.
Life can be quite the bending road. Sometimes it's nice and gentle, and sometimes it's a bit scary. The truth is that we will all experience a difficult bend in our road at some point. But it's also true that God will see us through. Let's travel this bending road together and help each other in our journey. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to catch other videos along the way.
Hey, I'm glad you could join me today on this bending road. Today's kind of one of those days for me where I'm just sitting here getting some work done. I got this list of things to do before we take some time off, and just trying to check a lot of boxes. And one of the things I had to do was watch a video for the Colson Fellows program. I love the videos that we watch and the books that we read. They have been so inspiring to me, and this one was just outstanding. It was Stephanie Gray. I had not heard of her, but the title of her talk was From Controversy to Civility. And I'll put the link in the show notes below so that you can see that. It's a talk on Google, and I need to do some more investigating to find out what talks on Google are. But this talk was absolutely fantastic. Now, it did go an hour long, and we're not going to go that long. And she has a certain topic in mind. And I don't necessarily need to go there. But her 3 points, her key point made real impact on me. She loves to ask questions, and she asked the question, who inspires you? And then she asks the question, why? And she said she loves to ask this question, and over the years, she's found a lot of different people answer a lot of different ways about the who inspires you. Everything from parents to heroes to public figures. But the why seems to be narrowing down, and there seems to have some things in common. And it seems to be that those who suffer, those who have real difficulties in life, who have challenges in life, those people inspire others, especially how they respond to their difficulties. If they respond well to their difficulties, they really become an inspiration to others. And they seem to have three qualities in common. Those who respond in a way that puts others above themselves. And 2, they have perspective. And 3, they do the right thing even when it's hard. Now, she was talking about abortion, and she is pro-life advocate, and she was using these 3 key points in talking about people who choose life over abortion. Those who get pregnant and they want to have that baby, this is not a difficulty, it's not a suffering. That's not what she's talking about. She's talking about those who did not intend to get pregnant, did not plan on getting pregnant, did not know they were pregnant, or in the pregnancy are facing a difficulty like an abnormality or a scary diagnosis. That she considers a difficulty. She considers it suffering, and in these situations, those who first put others above themselves, the baby over anything else, right? This little infant who can't take care of themselves, the weakest of us all, they put that baby above everything else. And the second one is they have perspective. Yes, this is hard, right? We know this is a difficult thing and it's a difficult decision, and life might be harder than it would be easier. But it's not the baby's fault. And even if it's a situation of rape or incest, that's not the baby's fault. And additionally, it might be difficult. That baby might not live long, but do we want the time we can have? Whatever time that is, can we have that time with the child? That's keeping things in perspective, right? But the third point is doing what is right even though it's hard. Again, yes, this could be really hard. She talks about a lady who gave birth to her baby, and every day she remembers the rape that happened. Every day she goes through that process, and she has to fight with herself about this. She says she takes showers and she just never feels clean. So it's something that she's working on and she will have to maybe work on that for a long time. It's hard. But those who are inspirational are those who, within the challenges, put others above themselves, have perspective, and do the right thing even when it's hard. I think that's true for a lot of different situations. I said I was going to talk about abortion. That's what she talked about. There I went and did it, but it was a good example. But what else are we facing? What else are we facing? I think of marriage and divorce. When we have children, do we, in thinking about contemplating divorce, do we put others, our children, above our own wants and needs? Do we make it work? Now, of course, in situations where there is abuse, there's no other option but to end the marriage, to get away, to be safe. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about preference. I'm talking about, I've fallen out of love. I'm talking about, we just don't get along anymore. Putting others, our children, above ourselves, and having perspective, right? This argument we're having, let's get it in perspective. This thing we don't agree on, let's get that in perspective. Let's get all this in perspective with the vows we took, the harm that's going to happen, the financial difficulties that are going to come up, and the children who are going to be hurt if we get divorced. So put others above yourself, have perspective, and do the right thing even when it's hard. Yeah, it might be hard. It may require some counseling. It may require some major therapy. It may require saying I'm sorry and doing things different even if you don't want to. It may be forgiving something that's really hard. Maybe there's an affair. But the spouse has said, I will never do that again. And it takes time to build trust. But until something happens again, can we do the right thing even if it's hard? Another thought that just popped into my head is debt. And I know, we've struggled with debt and we got ourselves out of debt and now we're back into a little bit of debt and we're working it. We're working it hard. Getting out of debt is really important. And when we are out of debt, we have more money to help others and we have more money to take care of needs. And if we have children, if we have family yet, getting out of debt allows us to do more for our family and even gives more to our church, being more generous with our finances. And then getting things in perspective. Do we need to have that thing right here and right now? Or is there time? Could we buy that thing down the road? Get it in perspective. How much do we need to buy that expensive one? Could we buy one that's less expensive? Could we put away money to buy that thing? And then do the right thing even when it's hard. Wow. Can we do the right thing even when it's hard? Can we not buy that thing that we really, really want? Can we pay off our debt faster so we don't have as much interest? And then what about, I'll use the big word, the evangelism word. What about evangelism? Can we put others above ourselves? Yep, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be an uncomfortable conversation, but their life depends on it. We're going to share Christ with them? Put them above ourselves? Are we going to get it in perspective? This is one conversation out of many that we will have. And if they don't like you, it's not that they're rejecting you, it's that they're rejecting Christ. And that's his deal, not ours. And are we going to do the right thing even when it's hard? Yeah. Maybe you can come up with another thing. I'd love to hear this idea played out in the comments. I would love to hear your comments. There are things in life that we struggle with. There are challenges we're going to face. There are bends in our road, right? And when we face a bend in our road, can we be one who inspires others by putting others above ourselves, having the right perspective, and doing right even when it's hard? There's a challenge for us. That's a challenge. I hope that's inspired you a little bit. I know I don't always do these things well, not always. I try, and I will. These are right in front of my face. Boy, God has put these right in front of my face. And what I wonder is, what is it that's coming down the pike that God wanted me to know this now? Because now that I know, I'm responsible for what I know. I hope that's inspired you. I hope you have a great week. I hope the bends in your road are smooth sailing, and I will see you next week along the bending road.
It was great to have you join me today along this bending road. You can connect with me on social media or on my website at bendingroad.weebly.com. I would love to pray for you as you navigate the bends in your road. Remember, when you see the bend in your road, do not be afraid. Take the hand of God and keep walking. You are not alone.